Welcome back, and it's time for us to start off, and we'll be starting with the Daily Nation in Kenya this morning. On the front page of the Daily Nation in Kenya, see the story there. Decision 2022, cliffhanger, too close to call. Raila Odinga and William Ruto were last evening neck and neck in various tallies for the presidential election. Their impressive performance pointing to what is on course to become the highest contest in recent history. The details of the stories there, we can see Raila Odinga with 49.21%. That's why the media tallies are different. And we also have 50.12% for William Ruto. Then we see here big names sent packing. Out you go, close allies of President Kenyatta, including National Assembly Majority Leader Amos Kumaya, Jubilee. There are a lot of names that were mentioned here. Basically, they have been sent packing. If you want to find out the details of these, who they are and why they've been sent packing, the details are on page 2 and 3 of the Daily Nation. And we have turnout at 64% results in portal final. Out of the 22 million voters registered in Kenya, we had a 64% voter turnout. That's all that we can take this morning on the Daily Nation in Kenya.
All right, and of course, we continue to follow up with the elections in Kenya. But let's move to the Daily Monitor now in Uganda and see what we can find. It says here, new MPs to have degree, and that's a proposal. Okay.
Are some people taking notes?
I mean, you would expect, that would be, normal. But okay, academic qualification, a section of members of parliament is seeking to amend the constitution to put a bachelor's degree as the minimum requirement for those seeking parliamentary and presidential seats. That story is on page 3 on the Daily Monitor.
It's a pause for me.
Higher ranks. Ochola tells police more promotions coming. And also, police link Sironko chef's killing to love gone bad. It's a really sad one. We can also find on the Daily Monitor this morning, of course, updates on the elections in Kenya. Ruto and Raila alternate lead as counting continues. This is a really, really tense election period in Kenya. I can't imagine what these candidates, feel like. 1 minute you're leading by, 0 point something percent. The next day you're losing by, like 1%. It's really, really.
But I find that quite exciting. It's how elections should be. It's how you shouldn't have that confidence automatically that you're the winner. You should be kept on your toes because you know that any minute you could be out. So that when you do clinch the title, you would then value it.
I completely agree. And it shows, also that, the Kenyans also aren't just swinging in one direction.
Yes.
All right. Also on the Daily Monitor this morning, DM today, relationship advice. I am still in love with my ex.
Ooh.
That's on page 24.
What would you advise her to do, or him? Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's come to Nigeria, where we're looking at This Nigeria. On the front page of This Nigeria, a report on phone importation reveals Nigeria spends 983.93 billion in 3 years. We actually are we're very invested in digital devices. Details on page 15. China, Hong Kong, Sweden, others lead in foreign imports. In security, Katsina lawmakers plan to meet Masari Buhari on page 7. Over 100 bandits, drug suppliers, arrested in Kaduna within 6 months. That's on page 7 as well. PDP crisis. This is a conversation that's been happening for a while. Ayu should honor his promise, resign now. This is according to Bode Judge. There's been increasing mounting pressure on Ayu to resign. On the front page, there's a very interesting picture. Left to right, we can see former Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko. We can see the Governor of Rivers State in the middle, Nyesom Wike, and the Rivers State Deputy Governor Epali Bohari Banigo at the flagging off of the dualization of Azikiwe Iluabuchi Road by Mimiko in Port Harcourt yesterday. Anytime I see Wike, I think he's a very interesting character. Freight train abductee recounts ordeal, says all victims sick, traumatized, as they should. And the final story here, Buhari reverses surplus purchase of ExxonMobil assets. That's all that we can take on This Nigeria, but we're still looking in Nigeria.
All right, and of course, let's move to the Punch newspapers. Dwindling revenue, Nigeria facing existential threat. World Bank warns, says the country ranks the lowest in income among 115 countries, insists subsidy should go. Federal government borrows 2.45 trillion naira from CBN in 6 months despite fiscal risks. All right. Also, terrorists release 7 Kaduna train passengers, abduct 5.
Wow, +7 -5.
Our massacre. Security agencies begin manhunt for financiers, and also Lagos Ibadan. Robbers strike again, escape police. Robbers strike again and escape. Police make excuse. Also, 12-year-old kills Nigerian mother in the U.S. Blames intruder. It's a really sad story.
Wow.
Buhari makes U-turn on Seplat and ExxonMobil deal. Also, federal government to generate 484 billion naira from e-payment channels. That's on page 19. 2023, wrong choice will consume Nigeria, says former President Olusegun Obasanjo. And finally, on page 10, sheathe your swords. Bode George tells Atiku and Wike. Those are the stories that we can share at this time. In the first half of Breakfast Central, we've